the playful projects that always tickled me. One was the idea of putting poetry on rooftops so that when you're flying into Miami International Airport, you can read a poem as you're coming in. And the other was there was a kind of Burma shave thing that was
Mhm.
done in Bell Harbor. I don't know if that was done elsewhere, but I saw the one in Bell Harbor where each line of the poem was on a different sign as you walk the this, I don't know, mile or two walkway. Are those two projects, those or initiatives still happening? The rooftop thing and the Burma shave thing, uh, or or are there other similar kinds of playful, humorous approaches that are equally as rib tickling?
Yeah, rib tickling. Um, the Poems to the Sky, which was Randy Berman's project that was initially proposed to us in 2013 through the festival, which is that open model, open curation. We invite citizens, residents, students, retirees, artists, mid-career, anybody and everyone can submit a proposal to surprise, delight, expand what poetry, how it can be defined, how it can be presented. So that Poems to the Sky project is still up on a rooftop in Mana in Wynwood, 380 gallons of paint later, and however many, years of sunlight. It's a little lighter. You could still see it. There is a rooftop, or there's a parking garage top at the FIU South Campus that is up also. It also has a student's poem, and that one will be up in perpetuity because it's really easy for a community service. I think we've repainted that one once before. But that project and those sort of poetry as reimagining public space as a venue for poetry and resident poetry, we now refer to that as civic publishing. And that is something O Miami has uniquely created and coined. There are numerous organizations around the country that are creating relationships and generating poetry with their own community. But the way in which we invite artists and use design and repurpose um, sort of unexpected spaces and reclaim traditional advertising spaces, signage as occasions for these like lyrical moments. That is a uniquely O Miami thing. And the joyfulness, the substantive and joyful projects are always going to be a pillar of how we express ourselves in South Florida. And I say South Florida because we expand beyond Miami. We have through Zipbodes engaged with over 40,000 creatives. And so our work is not just defined in Miami-Dade County, but where you see art in public place, if it has text, it's likely a No Miami project. Um, every year, we surprise and delight by putting poetry in unexpected places where um, you might encounter trilingual English, Spanish, French, and Creole student or resident written poetry on parking tickets, on fruit stickers. We've embedded it into freshly laid sidewalk in partnership with artists in Miami-Dade. Public Works. We have installed guerrilla style street signs all over the city. So that sort of rib tickling, as you say, those unexpected moments, where I see it as an opportunity to get somebody to look twice, read into the nuance, get off their phone. So whether we're putting a poem on a gas pump nozzle or creating random acts of gathering and sharing and reading in public, those are all really meant to sort of spark joy and help us reimagine what Miami is capable, um, and give voice to so many.